everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Aryuna Merdigeva, and I am the Director of Strategic Partnerships at Startup Ventures. This is a venture fund and accelerator under one umbrella based in New York City. So today we're going to host a pitch in collaboration with Lisa Pershina, Ubicon Venture Fund. And maybe judges, it would be great if you can introduce yourselves. So who wants to start first?
I can go.
Gary? Yeah, I knew that before you even unmute yourself, right? Okay, yeah. Please go ahead.
Yes, so I'm Gary Fowler. I'm a serial entrepreneur and an investor. I've done 16 companies. I've had 2 unicorns. The last company that I've done is Eva.ai with David Yang from Russia. It is now closing on unicorn status today. I'm into artificial intelligence. I just love it. I am the CEO and president of GSD Get Shit Done Venture Studios. And we work with growth stage companies that want to go global, using Silicon Valley as a port to the rest of the world. I've written almost 80 articles in the last year on AI, and just love AI because AI is the new electricity.
Thank you very much, Gary. Who wants to go next?
I'll jump in. Following the grandmaster of artificial intelligence.
Kyle. Yeah.
You're welcome. Right. I mean, look, anytime I get the chance to speak after Gary Fowler, I take advantage of it.
I'm not worthy.
So, for those that don't know, I'm Kyle Ellicott. I'm a young Padawan of Gary Fowler's. He's one of the best and the brightest, but I'm lucky enough to have the chance to work with him. So I'm Kyle Ellicott. I'm based in the Bay Area, but I'm both an investor and entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, I've founded a few different companies, had some success, had a lot of failures, and a lot of lessons in between, but also have had the chance to work with many great founders around the world as well, from not just the United States, but also Latin America to greater Asia and throughout Europe. And on the investment side, have had the chance to work with outstanding investors, learning from them, running a show called VC TV, getting a chance to speak with them on a daily basis as to what's happening, what's not happening, and then also working with a number of funds, again, here in the US and globally, on what opportunities they should be looking at, how they should be structuring their funds and making investments, and then also have worked with a number of accelerators and incubators around the world as well, and have done investments in the US, Asia, and Europe, and many more, which I can share more about later. And just very excited to be here and excited about innovation.
Thank you.
Gary Fowler.
Thank you very much, Kyle. Yeah. And Kelly, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Law. I am the founder and investor of Men's International. We're based in Toronto, Canada, and we also have office in Shanghai, China. Thank you, Digital Week, for inviting me to participate in today's event. So we are interested in B2B tech companies with artificial intelligence and Internet of Things solutions for the manufacturing and healthcare sectors. We have helped technology companies in the growth stage to rapidly expand international markets and follow up financing through our strategic investment and corporate and government resources. So I wish everybody all the best today. Thank you.
I think you're on mute there. We cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Jordan, do you want to go next?
Good afternoon. My name is Jordan Wabe. I'm with Silicon Valley Venture Group in Silicon Valley. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Same to you, Kyle. Small organization. We invest in things that improve humanity. All sectors in technology, $300 to $3 million around size, 30 to 300K. Ran Bay Angels for a while, made about 12 plus investments, and we integrate our abilities with the Middle East and North Africa, some parts of Asia and South America. If you're pitching today, good luck to you.
Good luck to all of us, right? Thank you, Jordan. So Barbara, do you want to go next?
I'll go next. I'm Barbara Beckham. I'm the managing partner of the Women's Innovation Fund and Accelerator. So we do gender balance, C-level, emerging tech, and sustainable companies investing. We do seed and kind of Series A stage. We're industry agnostic, but we don't like biotech or nanotech really. So that's us in a nutshell.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Barbara. Gary, no. So, Rosina. Judges, did I miss anyone? Carolina? No. So I guess all the judges introduced themselves, right? If I didn't say your name, please raise your hand or just tell me that you didn't introduce yourself. Okay, that's fine. I guess we can start. And our first, so before we start, let me tell you that your pitch is gonna last for 3 minutes, and then we'll have like 2 or 3 minutes for discussion, and then we'll have to move on. And I do apologize beforehand if I need to cut you off because we need to respect each other's time. So thank you so much, guys. And safe UEM should start, right?
All right. So my name is Michael Poor, and I'm actually based in all over the place, but right now I'm in California. I'm originally from Central California, and graduated from UC Berkeley. So I'm off there. Whoever's in the Bay Area, hey guys, stay safe. So the company that I have to pitch today, for myself, I'm an entrepreneur as well. I've opened and distributed about 5 or 6 different companies. I have 2 that I'm running right now. One is Safe UEM, and it's basically a UM technology that will help support different types of AI technology, plus some of the technology that's out there in the IoT space. So with that, let me see if I can share my screen real quick, because I have 3 minutes. So I will push as much as I can in 3 minutes. If you guys can see my screen, let me begin. So really quickly, the first screen you guys see there is basically what we are as a company and how we are as a technology. Are you able to see that? So basically, a quick summary: we're a endpoint device management system that doesn't just tackle the regular devices, but also IoT devices such as printers, scanners, barcode scanners, and all those other type of scanning devices as well. But the most important part about our technology is that it actually allows AI technology to be able to understand if those devices are going to go into problematic situations. So things like if the toner is running out prior to that happening, it will send information to the administrator and be able to say, hey, you're running out of toner, time to move on. Things like that. So we do that in all aspects, including into manufacturing and also development into cyclings and stuff like that. So right now, where we are, we have partnership with Lenovo already under the brand name Think UEM. So I am from Lenovo as well. I worked for Lenovo for many years. I actually was based in Beijing, China. So for those who speak Chinese, 我会说中文呢，可以。And so from that point on, Lenovo has taken over into PRC, into Asia Pacific, running into EMEA, and also into the Latin America area of the business. So right now, our most cycling is into PRC and AP region, is very heavy there. EMEA, I've launched it in EMEA in the recent months, and we have been quite successful in that region as well. We have DHL evaluating our technology at the moment. So we also focused on large-scale OEM. So HP Group has also taken us in and has provided us with a contract for their global commercial business as well. So they have their own UAM technology. Ours is more robust, and so for some of their larger corporate partners, they would prefer to use us instead of their own technology. We also partner with Honeywell. Honeywell has a lot of barcode scanners and scanners in that situation. So therefore, they're using our technology as a white label of Honeywell, and they're distributing our technology into their product as well. So right now, we are the #1 provider for all rugged device manufacturer in Asia. So any rugged device manufacturer in China or in parts of Singapore and also going into Korea, we are partnered with them. They have our technology built into their system
Michael,
ready to go
I
right off the
do
bat.
apologize for interrupting again, but your time is off. So maybe we can ask judges if they have any
Okay.
questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, Michael, this is Gary. Listen, I don't understand exactly what you have, and I know a bit about AI and sensors, but is it a software or is it a sensor that goes in? You said a toner cartridge, and being
It's
able
a
to.
software. Yeah, it's a software itself that actually can go read into different parts of the technology within the framework that allows people to be able to send signal back to administrators and say, hey, this is what we've got, this is what we're doing, here's the problem, fix the problem, kind of thing. It's a software
Okay,
technology.
what are you trying to get? I mean, you didn't tell us what you want. What do you want?
Okay, so we're actually looking for Series A funding.
Mhm.
Right now, we want to expand into a larger scale deployment around the world. And based on that, we're hoping to achieve kind of a larger scale deployment of finances so we can get into a global market.
Okay, I'll let the other judges go and ask questions.
Well, I have a question. What are your revenues?
So right at this time, we're about 60,000 MRR per month. So we're trying to achieve about 100 to 125,000 by the end of this coming year. Our fiscal year actually ends on March. So by our fiscal
Okay.
year, we're hoping to hit that target.
Thank you.
Michael, I know quite a bit about the space, similar to Gary on the IoT side, having worked with a number of companies in the space. What's your business model? You mentioned the word white labeling most of your presentation. Are you just a white labeled solution?
No, we do white labeling, but we also have our own solution under Safe UAM. That's our actually product name out in the market. We've sold that into a lot of the AP companies as well as into PRC. And we also distribute here in the US and Canada. So we're based in Toronto. We have a development team in Beijing and outside of Shanghai.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions? If no, we can move on. Cyrus, if I spell it right. I mean, yeah.
Hello.
The founder? Yeah. Hi, Rosina.
I'm Rosina. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Rosina. So you should start, I guess.
Yes, indeed. All right. So I am Rosina. Let's see. I'm going to share the correct pitch deck. I'm from Refer Me Job, and we are an online platform that's connecting job seekers with employees for referrals. And basically, why Inside Job, or why Refer Me Job, rather, because getting a dream job is tough in this market. While the pandemic has taken a toll on many in the job market, we see it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to disrupt the recruiting industry and help people get jobs. Because as you can see, it's tough to get a job out there. There are currently over 100 million resumes on Indeed, and just in their US database alone. If you apply to a job posting on LinkedIn, you have a 3% chance of getting it. 70% of companies have a monetary referral program, and you are 4 times more likely to get a job with a referral. But cold messages on LinkedIn to employees do not work for the job seeker. LinkedIn has a referral request feature, but there is no incentive for the employee. So right now, no easy way exists to find a company insider to refer you and help you get that edge and that job. Until now. So our solution is Refer Me Job, that we match qualified job seekers with company insiders for informational interviews and referrals, and we incentivize the insiders to offer them. We help job seekers save time and give them the edge to get that job, and we offer company insiders a chance to build their teams, score the company's referral bonus, and make money on our platform. Our market size is that in a typical year, 55 million Americans switch their jobs, which we know that this is far from typical, so COVID-19 has an effect this year. But again, in a typical year, you add 3 million college graduates, and so our total available market is 58 million users. To start off, we'll focus on IT, engineering, and financial industries, so we cut that down to about 12 to 14 million users as our serviceable available market. And then our projected market share is about 10% to start, so that brings us to about 1.4 million customers. What is our barrier to entry? We will apply for US patents on reciprocal recommendation modeling for insider and job seeker matching. And how are we going to make money? With every transaction. We take 20% commission on informational interviews and job referral fees, which range from $60 to $220 per transaction. So we project to be at about $3.6 million in revenue by early 2021. How do we get users? As a pandemic relief platform, we're offering commission-free referrals during this time. Our team has a strong alumni network of about 15 universities where we're getting endorsement and free promotion on their career service websites. In addition, we plan on partnering with nonprofit organizations who are helping for the same cause, and social media and word of mouth promote us even further. Our team, Diane, our founder, has 9 years of consulting management experience with a master's in engineering from Stanford and a bachelor in engineering from Cornell. I am Rosina Fieser again. I have grown global companies in manufacturing, retail, and medical devices as head of marketing for about 14 years. And Professor Liu is developing our machine learning algorithm and applying for our patents. So what we need, what we're looking for is about 300,000 in funding for marketing, operations, and patent development in the seed round. It would get us to 6 months financing to reach 33,000 customers on our website and that $3.6 million goal in the next 6 months. So thank you for hearing me out. We welcome you to join us on this exciting journey.
Thank you very much, Rosina. Right on time. I love it. Okay, Janice, have any questions?
Yeah, what, do you have any revenue now?
Not, well, we do have some revenue coming in. We have about 250 people on our platform, but we only just officially launched yesterday with our payout system. So we have some potential revenue coming in.
Have you run pilots on this? With how long have you run pilots with Refer Me?
Our MVP has been up since about April, and right now our payout program has been up since last night.
Mm-hmm. And how many people have signed up right now, have agreed to be part of the network?
About 250.
Okay.
Anyone else?
So Jordan, Rosina, you're one of dozens. I still don't know what's the difference between you and the 13 or 14 others I know about.
So we're offering incentives for, I think what our main difference is the incentive for the employee, the incentive for that insider, the person sitting there that already has the job, and giving them the opportunity to not only build their team and be a part of the decision-making process, but also make money on the side. It's kind of like the Uber for hiring. We'll give them a little side hustle where they can, in good faith and with good feelings, do an informational interview and offer a referral, get somebody on their team and get that referral bonus from their company. And it's win-win because 80% or 88% of companies think that referrals make the best hires. Our competition out there, a lot of them don't offer that informational interview. They'll just offer top dollar for that referral, and there's a big gap there. You should get to know that person first.
Did you say there was an AI component to this, or?
There is an algorithm that matches the job seeker with the insider, yes.
And anything unique about that?
There is, it's patent pending.
Thank you, ma'am. Well done.
Thank you.
Great. More questions maybe to Rosina? If not, we can move on to ArtPod. And King, are you going to be pitching? Or hello? King, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay, great. So perfect, you can start.
Okay, hello everyone. Good evening, or good afternoon if you're in a different time zone. My name is King Lee. I'm the founder of ArtPod. ArtPod is a global marketplace to buy and sell art with virtual gallery experience. The problem we have today is emerging art galleries and artists are struggling to gain exposures. The pandemic made the situation worse. Travel restrictions, social distancing, people aren't going out anymore. It resulted the artists and galleries cannot afford to pay rent. And they're moving out. And the artists are moving out of their studios. Where? We don't know, probably home. And doing everything online now. So we see a void and we create a virtual gallery service. The art market size in 2019 was $64 billion. There are 40 million transactions alone in the art industry, and 50% came from galleries. Under 10% came from online. This is where we come in. We are trying to do the shift from gallery to online. Our value proposition is we digitally connect galleries and voice to connect emerging artists to reach a passionate millennial investors. We lead the digital transformation. We provide service to create 3D virtual galleries, and we create 3D renderings for artists for their exhibitions. We integrated social media to broaden their collectors' reach. We built deeper customer insight to connect like-minded buyers. We support and nurture emerging artists for the next generation. We have the ability to curate online and offline events on demand with our 3D render galleries. So our service that we do is we go to a physical location on galleries, we do a 3D virtual scan of the physical space. And investors, collectors from around the world, they could use a VR goggle, just wear it, and they could immerse themselves in the virtual gallery experience. We rapidly create a new ecosystem of micro communities. We can curate art shows with 3D render exhibition based on social events, based on social policies and interests. Our recent traction, we started in March, but that's, as every one of you know, that's when the pandemic hits. But we were able to gather 500 artists, and we were able to gather 50 galleries, early adopters, and we have 10 of them paying customers. We partner with 4 established organizations in New York City: Highland Open Studios, Taiwanese American Art Council, and International Women's Artist Salon, and Art Steel. And we have 3 media outlets that are working with us, 2 in Italy and 1 in New York. How we are comparing to our competitors. Our competitors, like the big name Artsy, they do work with single gallery at a time.
King, I'm so sorry I have to interrupt you. Yeah. So yeah, judges, if you do have any questions, please ask.
Sure, King, a few questions, but to start, you mentioned that you have 10 paying clients. Who are your clients? Are they the artists, or is it the galleries? Because I feel like they're probably very different in terms of paying clients.
They are. There are 2 tiers. We charge galleries $199 per scan. So the 10 right now, we have 10 paying galleries.
But they only pay per use, so there's no monthly fee, there's no nothing.
Per use, and then we offer them a 6-month free hosting and then $9.99 every month thereafter to create an online database for them so they can showcase their past exhibitions. So what we're trying to create also is a database or a catalog for their inventories, and they can show their future artists that this is what they've done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So with that, the second question as a follow-up is, I mean, we know the pandemic happened.
Yes.
But at some point, we're all going to move on from it and continue to look at a life in a different way. So looking at your business, how do things look for you in the next year or year or 2? Is this something that people are still going to want or not?
Thank you for asking that question. That's a very good question. Everyone says pandemic's going over, but we believe, yes, we hope that pandemics go over. But we believe this is the future of experiencing art, is we are going to develop this into a more mature model, and where artists around the world can, and collectors around the world can fully experience art without leaving their home.
What kind of revenue do you have now, King? What, well, you got 10 paying galleries. What kind of revenue is it generating?
Well, as I said, we're charging $199 per galleries, and the
per gallery or per scan? I thought is it per scan or per gallery?
Per scan. Each gallery has a scan, but the thing is, every gallery, they do 4 to 6 exhibitions every year.
So is a scan one painting, or is it scan for the whole gallery? Is it like a site license?
Oh, scan is per payment, but then we charge, we also, as I said in the beginning, we are an online marketplace. So each artwork that they sold through our platform, we charge a 6 to 10% commissions.
Okay, so what's the
current revenue? We haven't had any yet, but then right now for the 10 scan, we have $2,000.
Mm-hmm. Why isn't there any revenue if you already have those in the galleries? How long have they been?
We just recently, in October. We started in March, but we haven't really pushed out.
Okay. And how much are you
We're trying to raise
raise?
$50,000 to go to market, and we are trying to reach at least 500 galleries by the end of the year and 10,000 artists to sign up.
50,000 or
I'm sorry.
500,000? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. You want to reach 500 artists by the end of this year? Is that what I heard you say?
No, 500 galleries and 10,000 artists by the end of the year.
Thank you. What's your customer acquisition per gallery?
Customer acquisition per gallery, we are promoting them to use our service to retain their customers.
How much money does it cost you to bring a gallery on board, from marketing to recruiting to conversion to agreement?
Yes, we did. It's around $60. It's
60,
a little bit high.
60?
60.
60.
It's a little bit high because we just started, so we're doing a lot of advertising.
No worries. Just the numbers. So give me the CAC, the LTV on the gallery basis. Have you done that work?
We haven't done that yet. We can provide you more information if we.
Because for $60, your customer acquisition for 500 is $30,000. So that doesn't leave you much money to spend on other things. No.
Yes, that's just gallery. But for artists, we haven't had yet. But then it's much more lucrative. For artists, we charge $29.99 for 3D rendering, and that one is only $10 per artist.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, King. And we have to move on to our next startup, ClearMe. Sergey, are you ready? Hello,
yes.
hello.
Hi, hello everyone. Let me also share the screen real quick. I think that should do it. You can see it, right?
Excellent. Yes, we can see it. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So this is the healthcare startup. So I must win Barbara's heart on this one. So basically, I'm Sergey Petухov. I'm a CEO of ClearMe company. So this is the early stage COVID-19 detection system in asymptomatic patients. So the reason we started this a startup, not to take advantage of the situation, what is happening with COVID. We actually, far from it, we wanted to help people to get to normal life, or a new normal life, which we all kind of, looking for to go back to. So a couple of facts. So according to CDC, unfortunately, 90% of all the people that carry COVID are asymptomatic. And at that time, during the first week of that, when they are symptomatic, they are as infectious as symptomatic patients. And we believe that those patients are really like what's the kind of core of the whole evil situation with COVID-19, because people without symptoms go and spread the germs unknowingly to their friends, relatives, kids, elderly parents, and so on. So there's another fact, kind of sad fact, that more than 200, this is 1 month, I think, or 2 months old deck, so probably more than 200,000 Americans died from COVID, and more than 5 million infected with the disease. So numbers are going up, and this is just the reality. This is a respiratory virus that's going to stay with us pretty much forever. So what to do about it? Obviously, masks became a new norm everywhere. It's a reality. I don't want to convince anyone to love them or hate them. It's just the thing right now. It's the same thing as we know, like, your chef and your deli will wear rubber gloves to prepare your food to stop basically E. coli contamination, food poisoning. Condoms help to stop AIDS disease around. So it's a personal protective equipment. It's just a simple barrier that actually works. You don't need to wear it all the time or use it all the time, but when you need to use it, masks are quite effective. So we just, understood that, look, since people are wearing masks, or at the situations that will be wearing masks, what can we do about it? So we decided to create a smart mask, which actually going to be talking back to you and delivering you some important health information about you. So this is just a quick thing about the face mask market. It is growing to crazy numbers because people are using masks and continue we'll be continue using it. So in units, numbers, and dollars amounts, it's a lucrative, it's a large and growing market. So what did we do? We created a smart mask. We call it a sample monitoring airway respiratory testing platform. So what it does, we have a regular mask that will have a couple of containers, one container and smart pads attached to it. Those pads can accumulate useful information from person breath and coughs, and also the external pad can basically accumulate information from like water going around the person. Maybe he got exposed to some cough, saliva, and other viral, bacterial, or chemical contamination. So the way it works, we basically have an app on an iPhone, and you download it. Then you we'll supply you with a smart mask. Then you can insert a couple of sensors, sample pads to it, and you just wear this mask as you would usually do in certain situations when you basically on public spaces and so on. So at the end of the day, you take pictures. Those sample pads, they will change color depending on the contaminants that you will be receiving. So basically what we wanted to do—
Sergey, I do apologize. Yeah,
no,
I have to
that's
question.
pretty much all about it.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question first. I'm going to get in there. Is your whole company based on the assumption that we're going to be wearing masks forever? Who are these masks for?
At certain situations, yes, because the way, if you look at some Asian countries, for instance, that would use masks and wear masks, especially during the flu season, way before COVID started, right? It's just polite thing to do. When you sneeze, don't to spread germs around people. So I think Americans right now kind of caught up with this culture. Again, you don't need to sleep in your mask, but let's say you're on an airplane from New York to LA for 6 hours and a person starts sneezing. We all been in these situations, right? We kind of try to look away. But I think nowadays, like people will kind of think to be just polite to the person. These the situations, mask will be in use. Also, I think people that prepare your food in the restaurant should wear masks. Your gym coach probably should wear a mask when, because he works with a lot of people and can be a carrier, an asymptomatic carrier of certain diseases. So to answer the question, I believe, yes, masks right now become a new norm, as it's a new norm, or actually old norm in certain countries. And if you look at some Asian countries like Korea, the reason that they have low mortality rate is just because they have this culture of wearing masks when they sick or during the basically, let's say, flu season and so on. But of course not, you don't need to wear masks all the time.
This is good, man. Give us a chance to ask other questions. Fine. So your product, is this a B2C or a B2B2C? And number two, do you have regulatory approval on this, or is it more of a baseline check?
Basically, our strategy is, I'll just tell you real quick. So we wanted to sell it, first of all, B2C real quick. And this is the first thing which we're going to tell people if they have clear or contaminated mask. And it's that will not require us to get FDA approval because we're not.
So it's a B2C, is that what I heard, sir? B2C?
Yes, B2C is the first thing. The second one, it's going to be subscription model. We'll be basically selling a razor blade model. Yeah, and the B2B.
And the FDA, Sergey, so just stay with me. The FDA, is there an FDA path or not?
On our, I just probably see this on the second step. Yes, we will be basically registering those sample pads as a device, same way as a cotton swab that basically people stick in the nose. And those tests are really horrible because they're painful and so on. Our sample
Sergey, it's fine, sir. I was a little frustrated with your presentation because you took 85% of the time to tell me everything I know about COVID. Next time, jump into the product, the solution, because everything you told us was just common sense. Yeah?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and Sergey, this is Gary. Listen, I deal a bit in this environment. I think there's some guidance I'm going to send over to you in chat from the FDA. So I think you're in a gray area with this, right? You might want to take a look at the guidance in terms of needing FDA approval or not. So it seems to me that it's right in the gray area and maybe closer to the part that it needs to be approved. So just take a look at that.
Absolutely.
I like what you have. What's the efficacy? How good is it? And where's the technology come from? Where did you develop this technology?
So we basically have a lab here in New York City. So we have a couple of biochemists working on it. I'm basically, my background, I'm a molecular biologist. So we created this, again, our idea was to create a smart mask for the person. It's a platform technology that will allow us to take vital information, not just for the viruses. For instance, it allows us to, let's say, do like early lung cancer detection, because in saliva, there's biomarkers. The person who wears mask anyway, we can catch it. So again, it's a passive way of collecting saliva samples from a human who is wearing it without like sticking anything in their nose or taking a blood test. So I think it could be a really cool technology that actually will allow to do many good things.
Sergey, there's a guy by the name of Mark Mueller Eberstein who Kyle and I know. I think Jordan knows him too. He actually he's the investor in the company Filter, which is in all the Costco's, and they provide masks and kits and that kind of thing. If you send me, I'll send you my email address over. I can get you in touch with him. He would be a very good person for you to talk to about it.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
Gary, very kind of you. Thank you.
No problem.
And we should move to the next startup called KeyU. Oleg, are you here?
I'm here. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, nice to see you. Jordan, nice to meet you. It's Oleg. We connected with you on LinkedIn via a reference from Corey Rosenberg a few months ago. I would like to share my screen. Here it is. So I'd like to start from a short story. At the beginning of March, my partner and I went to a gay bar called Boxers. It was near Starta Ventures office, and we met a guy named Joshua. He complained about the most popular gay app Grindr, where people are mostly looking for hookups and constantly send him nude pics. Unfortunately for him, he had a lack of communication, the reason why he came to this gay bar constantly, where he chatted with regulars, newcomers, and played billiards. During COVID-19 outbreak, all the bars were closed. Joshua had lost his communication spot, and the apps he used couldn't help him to find friends for chatting, sharing moments of his life, and etc. Deeper connection in post-COVID world matter more than casual hookups. That's why guys like Joshua started using dating platforms for entertainment and socializing. LGBTQ members feel lonely more often than straight people, and Generation Z is the loneliest generation in America. The product to fill this gap for the younger generation is still missing. During COVID-19 outbreak, we saw how dating services were drifting towards social networks and entertainment platforms. That's how data-tainment emerged. Created by Zoomers, it was missed by older generations. And in our opinion, the future is online entertainment, creating new dates. Statistics proven my words, and according to surveys, 45% of American students who use Tinder don't have any intentions to meet people in real life. They use the app for a confidence-boosting procrastination. Moreover, 70% of Tinder users have never met anybody in person. So Gen Z will dominate the market in the upcoming 5-7 years, and while our generation simply watch the content, representatives of Generation Z create it. Our project, KeyU, targets LGBTQ members young than 28 years old. They are the people who have adopted these new habits, and we engage users with live streams and immersive dates. When I'm talking about immersive dates, I mean offering our audience the possibility to enrich their experience by sharing virtual space, music, and online games. Moreover, LGBTQ members date and spend time online 3 times more than straight people. So our major is our audience. As for the market side, 25% of all Americans today belong to Gen Z, and LGBTQ community amounts to 20 million, and we estimate our target audience in the US more than 5 million people. Today, KU is available on the American and Canadian Apple Store and Google Play. We have more than 3,000 users and more than 6,000 unique visitors per month on our website, which operates as LGBTQ media. Our goal is to attract 5 million users in the nearest 2 years and get $20 million in annual revenue. While other market players focus on dating, we offer entertainment. And the last slide is about our team. So our team has 5 years of experience in the dating industry and a successful dating app in Eastern Europe with over 1 million users and $1.5 million in revenue. So we are alumni of 2 accelerators, starters in New York as foundation in Santa Clara, and now we are taking part in the Batchery acceleration program. It's an accelerator based in Berkeley.
Colleague,
Yeah.
I have to.
That's it. That's it.
Thank you so much. Right. Judges, if you have questions, please. Hello. Does
Yeah, so what's your revenue right now, Oleg?
It isn't considerable. We need marketing money now. It's the biggest problem.
Yeah, but what is it? What's your revenue?
It's about $300 per month, something like that.
I got it.
Well, you got to start somewhere. So start with strength. $300. You don't start with $1 million. Tell me about product. Tell me about subscriptions. Tell me about, you told me about revenue. And tell me about the next milestones you want to achieve with the money.
We have a financial model which is based on investment $100,000, and we want to spend it on implementing live video streaming in our platform because we have virtual dates and we need to update to brush up our product. And then we want to spend 80% of money on marketing, and according to our estimations, we want to become profitable in 5 months. I will be happy to share our financial model for 100,000.
Yeah, but the product is out and it's ready for generic or general availability, right?
Yeah, you can download.
Got it. And how many subscribers do you have?
We have 3,000 registrations, more than 3,000 registrations.
And how many active how many active ones do you have?
DAO is about 70 people per day.
Okay.
Daily.
And you are a U.S. corporation, right? U.S. company?
Yeah. We're based in Delaware. I mean, we are incorporated in Delaware.
Got it. Thank you, sir. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Guys, judges, Gary, Barbara. Okay, if no one has
nothing from me.
Okay.
I'm good.
So our next startup is
Ariana, let me just give Oleg a comment. Oleg, it's tough to get investments in dating apps right now because the future is so weird. So just 2 cents to you. That's my only comment. If you're not getting a lot of interest, see if you can pivot or something else. But right now, dating apps like hotel apps, nobody knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's the reason why we don't position ourselves as a dating and why we use this word data-tainment. We are more about entertainment.
Okay.
Thank
you, Jordan. Very, very generous of you. Okay. Alcov Systems. Caleb, are you ready?
You guys hear me? Hey, whenever I can go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, just start.
Can you guys see the screen? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is J. Caleb Perkins and I'm the founder of Alcov Systems. So just last week, over 1 million people passed through TSA checkpoints, which was up from 130,000 people in March. which is at about an 85% increase. The data is clear. People are ready to get out of their apartments and they're ready to start traveling again. But what do you do with all of their bags? Of course, some problems in this industry are travelers are unable to conveniently store luggage on the go. Hotels and Airbnbs really lack those storage options after checkout. And as it stands right now, there's no on-demand service that can pick up contactless delivery options for travelers. Some other complaints in the industry, for an example, here's a consumer that was really frustrated that he had to bring his luggage up 3 flights of steps with one of our competitors. And this is why I started Alcove, an on-demand short-term luggage pickup and delivery network. So as it stands right now, Alcove offers self-drop and also contactless pickup and delivery options for travelers, saving them time and saving them money so that they can travel freely. Of course, our product, our consumers can book on our web app or mobile app at $5.99 per day per item. Their contents are insured as well, and they receive tamper-proof security seals. Let's take a look at the market. It's about a $38 billion industry spent within the US in self-storage, and it's growing at about 7% annually. Here's an example of some of our competitors at the bottom. Alcove has an MVP in market near Penn Station in Grand Central. And a part of our go-to-market strategy is we want to build upon our partner locations so that we have somewhere to store that consumers can self-drop, also using our car share service, starting at Grand Central, of course, then moving to Manhattan, New York as a whole, and then scaling, of course, nationwide. Alcove is a reservation type booking model where all of our reservations are filtered through our host network. So we're building partnerships with small businesses, hoteliers, co-working spaces, and Airbnb hosts. So with this model, we charge $6 per day per item. We take a 66% commission on each reservation. And here are the prices there. Starting with 30 locations, 30 partner locations building on 60, and so on are some of our revenue projections at that price point, with about three transactions going up from the amount of customers that we have. And really, Alcove's competitive advantage is that customers don't have to waste time wandering around a new city when they're looking to book. They really have the convenience of booking car share service. Alcove also has a competitive price and reserve anywhere strategy, as right now we're raising $300,000 to expand on our go-to-market strategy. We have 5 partner locations in New York, and we want to continue to expand. So thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing your questions.
Yeah, Caleb, this is Kyle. Thank you. I actually really like this business model. I've seen a few startups try to do this in very niche locations, including throughout Asia, and think it's a good business. But one of the headaches that I think most people start to run into around this is competing with, in the past at least, competing with hotels or big venues. What's kind of your strategy going forward and growing on the partnership side?
Yes, thank you so much, Kyle, for your question. Yeah, actually, we want to continue to get partners with hotels. We think that it's a great point of contact to keep the consumer on top of mind with our different hotel chains. We're actually in talks right now with Marriott in the city, building the partner locations there. And a Best Western Premier in New York as well. A lot of these hotels have bars and different places where consumers can eat. So even if they're not staying there, they can use those services.
So great. And one last point. This was one of the issues I noticed with some of the other companies I've seen in this space, is that they focus on one location. And so you've mentioned New York and the city, but there's a lot more cities and a lot more locations where people would utilize something like this well beyond New York. Have you thought about that strategy? And I see Jordan's about to ask you a question as well. So yeah, where are you thinking beyond just New York?
Yes, Kyle.
Barbara.
Yeah, of course, we want to scale to New York, and then the East Coast would be a great point of contact. Boston, Washington, D.C., even the Twin Cities, and then scaling to places. I've talked with a lot of potential customers who could have used it in Israel, in Russia, in Asia, in different places. A lot of business travelers as well who travel multiple times a year can use this across the globe. So.
Jordan, do you want to go, or you want me to go?
Go, Barbara, go.
Okay, I actually know of two, not one, two of your competitive companies because I've run across them. So, and I know one is doing more localized inside of like bars and restaurants. The other one is doing airports. So, how are you going to compete with the ones that are more kind of going in the airports and the venues already?
Yeah, so really, thanks for your question, Barbara. We're focusing on not only curbside pickup, but location to location. And so, of course, we've talked with some different partnerships with airports. The thing that we've run into there is just the security with 9/11. A lot of clients have said, hey, you should go inside of Grand Central. You should go inside of these places. And we've talked with the city of New York. We actually pivoted from a locker standpoint, and that's why we're moving to small businesses and others of the like to go on that strategy. So.
Okay, I think that answered my question. So you have an issue with the TSA portion of that to be internal to like airports or even the Grand Central?
With some locations, yeah. So that's why the partners, like small businesses or hotels, are so much better because there's not that the red tape that presents the challenges that present with different airports. So, or near airports, we can be near airports and not, have to be inside of them. So.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Barbara.
Caleb, it's Jordan. I don't have a question. I have some thoughts and comments. I know several companies that tried to scale on an airport by airport basis. It was a brutal and grueling path before COVID. If you like me to introduce you to those companies, you can learn a thing or two from them. Attaboy, that's great. The second thought is, I don't know, how do you want to get money from investors when the future of airports and travel is completely unknown? Have you given that a lot of thought, and do you have a strategy?
Yes, definitely. Just with the data, in March, 100,000 people passed through TSA, and still in COVID, without a vaccine, 1 million people traveled just last week. So we know these numbers are going to increase. People are going to continue to travel, especially business travelers. And travel really hasn't stopped. The way in which people travel, I think, is changing. I think the consumer's needs as they're traveling is changing. And so I think this is a space and a problem that's going to continue to present itself post-COVID with storage. So,
is this an intuitive business model? Is this a fact data-based business model?
Is it a fact data-based?
Do you have data to support your claim? Do you have science behind it? Or is it just intuitive and we think it's going to be good because people are going to get back to travel?
I think it's both. We have the data on the customers who have gone through TSA. We've also done some surveys with business travelers who could have used this service, who also tell us their willingness to pay for it. And so we found a sweet spot anywhere between $20 and $30 that consumers would be willing to pay per bag per day. And also the amount of data that we've received with the amount of how many times people travel per year. We've got that as well. And so from that, we know that people would pay for this product, that they need this service. And it's also something that could be convenient while they travel.
Thank you. Thank you, Caleb. So we have to move on. And the next startup is Everything.
Yeah. Ready. Well,
ready.
Right. Everything is the perfect toolbox for anybody who needs to build technology without technical skill and with a limited budget, and to connect needs with solutions in real time. We create a cognitive language with the ability to understand more than 23 different types of questions and orchestrate 4 different types of operations in real time. Search and connections, search and process activations, search and devices activations, and the last, search for available network to access to a particular type of product or service. All this through geolocated 3D intelligent assistant with facial and body expressions and voice, giving solutions in real time through people, processes, and devices. Everything is the second layer of the decentralization, connecting all the networks as business and providing the right algorithms to polygonize transactions between users, create a database through the intelligent assistants, generate different metamorphoses of operations, give a marketplace and social interactions between users of each channel, connect devices and processes to each channel, and provide to the members of each channel the ability to interact with these devices and processes, provide controller roles for the networks in case they need the intervention of an external agent, the ability to create applications in less than 24 hours with their own RAM, the democratization of technology for communities, and the access for the people without resources. And the last, generate a bank of data where any business owner can monetize their data. Well, our team. We are revolutionizing the way people can use AI to solve problems and perform everyday tasks. Since 2016, we are working hard to provide the no-coding platforms where users, thanks to this geolocated intelligent assistant, can focus on the uniquely human tasks that require critical thinking and creativity, saving time and money, and allowing to any user to develop solutions in less than 24 hours, connecting myths with solutions in real time through people, processes, and devices. Our business model, we offer a different monthly-based subscription plans, and we charge a one-time fee per app deployed as a white-level solution. The biggest advance in AI has been in two broad areas, perception and cognition. Everything is here to bring that opportunity to your business right in the palm of your hands. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We are Matias and Carolina, co-founders at Everything.
Great. Judges?
So
Anyone?
I'm gonna go for it. What is your business model?
We provide to software, and we charge per month per user, like Slack and the different connectors for employees. But the differentiator is we deploy also the white label solution for your own brand, and we charge also per customization of the different bots with the different data flows. And also we have a marketplace where you can buy and sell your own data flows for
the intelligent assistants.
And then what I saw you had a blockchain in there. What did you need that for? What was the use case for that in your ecosystem?
Well, if for create smart contracts, we can implement this smart assistant to talk with the smart contract creator and offer to him the different type of options we can pre-deploy for them. In that case, also for save the data for the business owner of the different collections of the data collected of each user in their channels and communities. So that two use of cases could be acceptable. Also, we can create a private blockchain for any business owner to have all the data secure and in the private chain.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So this is Gary. You know, it's interesting to me, but honestly, and I know a bit about AI, but you ran through it so fast, and I developed a smart assistant, Findo. So I know a little bit about it, but you ran through it so fast. If sometime you want to communicate, we can talk about it in more detail. I'm happy to do that. I'll send you over my email address.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, no problem. Hold on.
Okay, then, if you do not have any questions, so we should move on to our last product, Stereo Tech.
Let me interrupt you because I'm determined to interrupt you all the time. Carolina, I didn't have any questions because I didn't understand what you're doing. So this is no disrespect, but if maybe you do something so we can get it because I didn't quite get it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Great. I love your transparency, Jordan. Radical transparency. Okay, Stereotech is next. You go, man.
Great. I'm going to start sharing my screen. 2 seconds. Okay, everyone seeing my screen? Yep. All right.
Yes, we can.
Excellent. All right, so 3, 2, 1, go. Hi, everyone. My name is Tomas. I am the co-founder and CEO at Stereotech, where we help the creative class find sustainable careers. There's a massive problem, and it's the fact that young people are 3 times as likely as adults to be unemployed. And in Latin America, where I come from, 40% of the unemployed population is young. As a creative myself, I'm a musician, composer by trade. It was very hard to find that first job, simply because my skill set wasn't properly understood. Reason why we decided to focus on Stereotech. Stereotech is the marketplace network where we help creative find jobs. We help quantify their skills and group them into teams, something we've called the Team Success Index. So businesses can find their ideal creative at a fraction of the cost and time. You basically drag and drop the people that you want to work with within a canvas on your dashboard, and Stereotech will show you how likely it is for that team to be successful. Our tools are built to help optimize these workflows by managing multiple projects at the same time from the same dashboard, seeing every deliverable, for example, and milestone per hire, and generating payouts directly to those who have worked with you. We've onboarded over 7,500 creatives from over 38 countries, and we are not planning on stopping, as well as different clients around the world, including NLU, different chambers of commerce, and more. Since September 2019, we were accepted into the Startup Accelerator, where we launched a suite of creator tools, including a budget calculator, content reviewer, and more. All easy-to-use tools that empower the creative class. Our payout solution, for instance, it's called My Wallet, and it enables creatives to receive payments in just 14 days, instead of the traditional 30 or 60-day wait time in countries that have emerging economies. Our business model is very simple. It's based on a 20% transaction, 20% per project fee transaction, and our enterprise model, where clients license our data model, starts at $500 on average per month. In the Americas, 16% of workers are employed in the creative sector. And in fact, the top 3 employers are visual arts, music, and entertainment. This is a $47 billion opportunity in the US alone, connecting those clients in the US and Europe with at a fraction of the cost and time and teams. Our team is comprised of creatives as well. I had another manufacturing company in Colombia building flight cases for the entertainment industry, as well as having worked at United Nations and with brands like Qualcomm, Leica Camera, and Microsoft at another technology startup in Brooklyn. My co-founder and CTO, Christian, he is a computer scientist and machine learning expert with stints at Royal Caribbean and a CTO at another tech startup leading a team of 30 AI engineers. And Maria, she leads our product and communications efforts. She has a master's in strategic design from Pratt Institute here in New York and has worked at JW2 and other companies. And with our extended remote team, we envision a world where creativity, mankind's greatest asset, is the currency, and there's equal opportunity and access to those who use it, especially during times of COVID, where everyone is at their homes and need digital tools to empower themselves to move forward. We're raising $600,000 to continue growing and make our customers even happier, expanding our demand side and increase our gross merchandise value. Thank you very much. I am happy to talk to you. Stereotech's marketplace for creatives. Thank you.
Yeah, so what's your revenue? This is Gary. What's your revenue right now?
Right now, our monthly recurring revenue is about $9,000. This is from a mix of the enterprise models that we have and users.
How much is that? Can you say that again, Thomas? How much?
$9,000 per month.
Okay. And how's it growing?
It's growing about 10% month over month. Right now, the majority of the revenue has come from the enterprise model. So we're now generating more demand with companies like chambers of commerce, ministries of culture. We've been talking to different regions as well, and they're very interested in licensing our data model.
Thomas, I like the space, and it's seeing more opportunities for creatives to get paid for the work that they do is always a good thing, especially in emerging markets, and no shortage of knowledge in the Latin America market and how fast that growing middle class is coming along. So great opportunity to focus on that there. However, your business model, not on the enterprise side, however, on the individual side, 20% transaction fee seems a bit high in the fact that what's to stop creatives who are creative, mind you, from going to PayPal, to Cash, to Venmo, to a handful of other applications that I won't name on the broadcast right now, that are focused on the Latin America market, that have much smaller transactions than you do, and can easily get through the cash quicker as well in less than 14 days?
Absolutely, and very good question. So I think 20% model is, let's say, the average of what other marketplaces offer, for example, Upwork, Fiverr. However, we have an incentive where you manage between $3,000 and $1,000 for the same clients. We start reducing that fee for about 10% or 5%. That's one. And two, the ability of managing multiple projects in the same platform. So as you mentioned, yes, there is PayPal, but a majority of, for example, in Colombia and other countries, Stripe is not available, PayPal is not available. And what we do is that we integrate with one of the platforms called Mercado Pago that is available in all Latin America. So basically clients outside, they pay through Stripe, and then we generate the payouts through localized providers, basically. So
right.
Those are the two things.
So with that, I understand more the 20% model, and we can come back to that another time. But on the 14 days payment, is that something that you're looking to adjust for? 14 days, 2 weeks is a long time. Again, most platforms are 3 days.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
so
I mean, I like the most is 14 days. The things that usually the way that operates is that you send an invoice, and then clients can actually wait until 30, 60, or 90 days to actually pay you as a creative, which of course that evidence is more the problem, that is you're not getting paid and you're still working, because every client wants everything like that, right? So we say at the most 14 days. However, if you already have an existing account, there's ways to get the know your customer faster with those accounts that are connected.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And where are you based at? Sorry, where are you based at in Latin America again?
Colombia mainly. So I'm based here in New York, my co-founder as well. And then we have a team in Colombia. I go back and forth. I'm from Colombia originally. We have about 55% of users from Colombia.
Sure. And where's the company? Is the company a Delaware corporation?
Delaware. Correct.
Okay.
Well, great. If you do not have any questions, judges, maybe you can share with us maybe your favorite company today, and maybe you can provide us with short feedback, like your top choice, as we have 6 more minutes to go.
Can we put the names up real quick so we can reference them correctly? Do we have the names?
Yes, they are here. Give me a sec.
And as you're doing that, I'd like to offer everyone a little bit of advice. I think all of us here as investors have seen a number of pitches, and have had the chance to either build them or give feedback, and at the same time have given a lot of advice over our time. So this is something I know Gary and I speak with on a regular basis, and I can vouch for Jordan as well, and others that would say something similar. Is we all know what happened in 2020, and it's a very good thing to note and or reference as preparation for where your business is going to go over the next year. However, it actually does a detriment to your business, as you could see for some of the questions that some of you received today, to build your business around it and solely for it, if it's something that is a very short-term type product that many others exist for. So as a piece of feedback, and first, before I give this, congratulations to all of you. You did do a good job. It takes a lot of guts, regardless whether it's virtual or physical, and in presence, to share something that you're very passionate about and you've put a lot of time, money, and sweat into building. But with that being said, COVID is not a business model. So do not build your pitch around COVID and or a pandemic. Instead, as I mentioned, use it as a reference point of how you have seen something maybe change in your business for a new product and a service, how you prepare to weather a storm of a pandemic, but don't build your business for it. Every single one of you hit on that as the sole purpose almost for your business. And I would give you all the feedback is take a step back, think about how, again, it fits in or has adjusted your business, because you guys are all so much more than just a brief moment, hopefully in time. And I would love to see every one of you thrive well beyond that. So again, congratulations. Sorry for the harshness of that, but I just want to see you guys go well beyond what hopefully will be a short time and just a bit in our lives.
Yeah, that's great, Kyle. And, you know, when you're doing your presentations, remember you're on stage. You got to have a wow factor. You got to wow somebody, you know, and catch their attention. It's critically important that you do that. And I didn't see any of the teams here really focus on the team, right? Talk about the team in any kind of detail and highlight it. Because if you're going to invest in somebody in an early stage startup, you're investing in a team. You know, whether or not this thing's going to, you got to believe in the team's going to be successful. So that's critically important. You know, I applaud you, especially the AI companies that are here. I mean, and Kyle knows I say this all the time, but AI is really dominating everything. We're inundated with data, so it's critically important. I like that. And I also agree with Kyle 100%. I would not focus on you're here for this pandemic because, you know, we will be cleared in another year and a half or so out of this thing, and we got to look to the other side. If you build a model just based on that, nobody's going to want to fund you. It's going to be really, really hard. Focus on the whole picture and capture their attention. Enchant them, as my friend Guy Kawasaki says. Enchant the investors.
Just as Gary said, hello everyone, I'm Kelly here. So as an investor, actually what we're really interested to know is what is the product, what are your competitive advantage over other competition in the market, and what is your business model and your revenue model. And this is just an example of what investors are really interested in such a short time period. But everybody today did a great job, especially during COVID-19 pandemic, during this very tough environment. So if you are, I'll write my email on chat. So please send me your BP and I'll see what I can do, especially for those companies who target B2B market in North America and Asia. I'll see what I can help. Thank you.
The other thing is, I have one of the top shows in Silicon Valley working with the VCs, and I highlight startups every 2 weeks, and it's called Gary's Picks. So if you want to pick out one or two of the companies and bring them over, I reach out now to, with my shows, about 900,000 people around the planet. So it's anyhow.
That's great. Thank you so much, Gary.
Yeah, no problem. And I have another show, guys, if you want to look at interesting technologies. It's called GSD Presents. I just had Guy Kawasaki on there. I have the head of Intel IoT Smart City. If you get a chance, take a look, just for a reference standpoint, take a look at it. Happy to help. Contact me anytime. Like Kyle, I mean, I'm always open for startups and to try to guide you in the right direction. You know, good stuff. It ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it. Have fun, enjoy yourself, and stay safe.
And on that note too, Aruna, I'm happy to take one or two startups if we're doing a competition, whoever the winner follow-up is. Happy to spend an additional half hour with you one-on-one as well to give you additional feedback on the company. So
that would be amazing.
Can't do it for everybody, but as Gary said, reach out and either one or two pick, and we'll happily follow.
Thank you.
Aruna, one other thing. I actually am on Shark Tank Bangladesh, and we go out to 1 million people. I'm actually just got put on there. I'm the host of Shark Tank. And so I have my show on December 3rd where I look at startups. There's a chance if you send over their pitches, we'll go down through. I need to work it out with the rest of the team. But we're out to 1 million people in that on TV.
Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you.
All right. Sounds great.
Jordan, do you have any feedback?
You want radical or just mild?
Just transparent, alone.
Good companies. This is a tough environment, and to be frank with you, 0 to 10, I think you guys could go 4 or 5 notches up to get that thing from the investors. The sad news is COVID has changed everything. The good news is, and if you're tracking, there's a ton of money being invested regularly. So if anybody tells you there's been a slowdown in investment, do not listen to them. So go out, believe in what you're doing. Everything the rest of the team said is spot on. I could not add more to it. I just want you to know this is a rough sport. This is a full contact sport. If you want to get it, you really got to go out every time, every presentation, every minute. And we're not here because we're bored. We're here looking for you. We are here looking for investment. We're not here to find a non-investment. We're here to find an investment. So come us, give us all you got, man and woman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I think I'll echo everyone else. And I'll tell a little bit. I'm in LA, so we're kind of Hollywood here. It's all about the story. It's all about the team. You know, Kelly hit it. I like the competitive. What is your product? What is your business model? But it's really about telling the story of your company and how you're going to execute on what you say the problem you're solving. That's the whole entire story. And if you can hit that, then you're going to get people interested.
Hollywood story, right? Got it. I think that was very useful, and your time is very much appreciated, judges, and it's basically donating your time to our young startups. So yeah, I think that you have the link where you can rate all the startups, and then we'll get our results on Tuesday. So thank you very much, and probably we should end it, and we'll follow up with you via email.